Hello? Karen, I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, but if you could just click the share audio and video button and you can join the presentation. Sorry for the delay, everyone. I think there just might be a slight technical issue, so I'm just working with it with Karen on it. You can't hear me? Sorry for the technical issue, everyone. Hopefully Karen is able to join me on screen and we can work through this quickly and she can start her presentation. Karen, if you can hear me now, can you let me know? I'm just going to send you a private message here. 1 second. Again, sorry for the technical issue, everyone. It seems like there's some sort of glitch happening on Karen's end, so we're just trying to get that figured out really quickly. Okay, so I think Karen will be joining us shortly. Again, sorry for the technical issue. So hopefully she will be on in just a few minutes or just a few moments.
Me, Alex?
Hello?
Hi,
Karen?
Alex. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, great.
Okay, I think it's because I was not on Google Chrome.
Yeah, it's, Google Chrome tends to be the best platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so we're a little bit just kind of 5 minutes over the start time, so I'm just going to do a quick introduction. Do you just want to get your presentation up just to make sure that's working?
Okay, and how do I share that with you?
Okay, so do you see at the bottom of the screen there's a monitor with a red line through it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so click that. and then you just go to application window and then look for your PowerPoint there and then just share.
Okay, so, okay, share entire screen. Okay, so, okay, I've got my screen up. I can put it up. Should I put it up now?
Yeah, let's just make sure everything's working. And then
yeah, let's do that. And then we're doing here. So I can't see you because I have my screen up. So I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I can't see your screen share right now. You're screen sharing it, right? Like you click share.
Okay, hang on.
Try the application window instead. There should be an option when you screen share to application window.
I'll click the entire screen. That's what I've got, and I've got share.
Okay.
Is it not? It's not sharing when I click share.
So do you see at the top there should be 3 options? Yeah. Should say So look for application window and then try that.
Oh, one. Application window.
Yeah, and then there should be your PowerPoint there.
Okay. Goes back to your entire screen. Okay. Application window. And then I click on it and I do press share. And it's so weird. I didn't have this problems last time.
Yeah, there seems to be some sort of technical issue.
Yeah, can you see it or you can't?
No, I still can't see it. Do you want to try sending it to me through email and I can share it for you that way? That might be just the only workaround we can do.
Okay.
And I'll just put a message here.
Yep, maybe right there. I shut down everything too because I didn't want to get disturbed with the notifications.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then I'll just keep an eye out for your email.
Yeah. So compose. Sorry, it's going to take a second now.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Let me just get this email open here. Okay. So just let me know when you send it, and I'll.
Yeah, it's loading right now. I don't know why it's taken a few minutes.
Okay, no problem.
There we go, Alex. There, no title. I'm just gonna I have to look for it now in the folders. What's it called? November 24th. Okay, that should be the one. And I'll skip over some slides because we're running late. So I'll just
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, there. Just sent it to you. Let me just shut this down so we don't have that distraction. Yeah, it's weird that I mean, it worked. Yeah, it worked, and it worked seamless last time. So it's kind
of there might be some sort of technical issue going on with the system itself. So hopefully it's just a one-off.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it now. So let me just open that. Here we go. Perfect. And I'll just screen share as soon as it's open, and then let me know if you can see it. Okay. Screen share. So you can see the screen share?
Now I can, yes.
Okay, so I'll put it in presentation mode. You can see that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to do a quick intro and then we'll get started.
And how is there to the next slide so that I can...
just when you want me to go to the next slide, just say next slide, please, and I'll skip through.
Oh, so I have to be on the screen here. I was going to do it full screen and do the presentation that way.
Well, you were saying that you couldn't screen share it, right? Like it wasn't appearing for you.
So okay, so all right.
So I have to control the slides for you. Just unfortunately like this.
All right. So that okay. All right.
So just let me know when you want me to go to the next slide, and I'll go through. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick intro, and then we'll get started.
Excellent.
All right. So sorry everyone for the technical issues. Thank you, Karen, for speaking today, and thank you for everyone for doing the session. Karen Richards is certified by the International Coach Federation as a career and business coach. Karen's job is to help professionals and business owners in their careers and to navigate entrepreneurship. Thank you for speaking today, Karen, and good luck with the presentation.
Thank you. Sorry, everyone, to run at least 10 minutes late. So let's just jump right into it. And you can use the chat feature because I'm going to ask you a few questions. And the first one I was going to ask you is, what does resilience mean to you? So do we have any takers that either can come on the screen or can put something in the chat that says, what does resilience mean to you? Great, Peter, you joined. Any takers on what resilience means to you? No takers? Okay, so we'll move on. So resilience is really the ability to mentally or emotionally cope with a crisis. So you can go to the next slide, Alex, on what is resilience. Next slide. Great. So it's really the ability to mentally or emotionally cope with a crisis, and it's the ability to return to like a pre-crisis status, which means how quickly that you can bounce back. So a good example of this, and hopefully everyone can see the slides. If you have any problems seeing the slide, just pop it in the chat. So a good example of what resilience is an example of Thomas Edison, who made thousands of prototypes of the bulb, and then he finally created the perfect one. So Thomas Edison was awarded like more than 1,000 patents to create the bulb, and he failed so many times in doing it. But through his struggles, he didn't give up. He just kept on at it, and then finally came up with the right bulb. So what is the thing that really pushed Thomas Edison to just go through it? It's resilience. It's that ability to cope with a particular situation mentally, emotionally, and going back to the pre-crisis stage, and then going back again and creating a new one. So that's how he managed to do his form of resilience with the bulb, which is pretty interesting. Another quote from an American psychologist states that the process of adapting is how well you adapt in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant sources of stress, which we all might be going through at this present moment. Family, relationships, all of these things contribute to how well we bounce back with resilience. Next slide, please, Alex. So what are some of the ingredients? Sorry, going back, I think you missed. We're going to skip that one. Yeah. So what are the, skip that. What are the ingredients of resilience? Well, it's awareness, thinking, and reaching out, and fitness. And you're probably thinking, well, what do these things have to do with resilience? Well, let's start with awareness, the first one. It's being aware of everything. It's the ingredients about noticing what's going on around you and inside your head, being aware of the situation and recognizing at work even what is really going on. It's how you think. Resilience is all about how you think. It's being thoughtful. It's the ingredient is about being to detect whether a particular event or situation is going on in a rational way. The next ingredient is reaching out to others, like your coworker or a mentor or a manager when you need assistance. You always need to be able to recognize when you need support. And then the fourth ingredient is actually fitness. It's the mental and physical ability to cope with the challenges without becoming ill, being able to bounce back without it causing sort of anguish, despair, or some sort of debilitating illness or a sickness that leaves you feeling really bad physically. So those are some of the four ingredients of resilience. Next slide. What we call this next one is like the ABC model of resilience. And a psychologist, Albert Ellis, actually came up with this. And this is, A is for adversity. And adversity is in a situation or event. B is the belief, an explanation as to why a situation possibly happened. And C is like the consequence, the feelings and the behaviors that come out from all of this. So when you're faced with a challenge or a situation, you have to go back to some of these core ABCs of how you think, what your belief is, how you interpret the situation. All of this contributes to your resilience. So an example of resilience I'm going to give you is this one. Joseph, who's been consciously living a healthy lifestyle for more than 2 months, finds out that he wasn't invited to an event at work. But his friend Janice, his co-worker Janice, was invited. So Joseph thinks to himself, well, why wasn't I invited? Janice always gets invited to these things. So, he then starts saying to himself, I never do get invited. I'm such a loser. Nobody likes me at the office. He gets very sad, doesn't go out jogging, and eats a whole box of candy instead. So going back to this screen here where you've got the ABCs, what would be the ABCs of that scenario? So the A for adversity would be that he didn't get invited to the event to which his coworker was invited, but his belief is, I'm such a loser, nobody likes me. That's his belief. And the consequence of that is he feels sad, even depressed, has no motivation to go jogging, and eats a whole box of chocolates despite his focus on living a healthier lifestyle. So do you see the relationship between decision making and your thinking? The way you think will influence how you make a decision, and resilience is directly related to that on how you think. So it's important to know the differences and what comes up for you and how good you are at making decisions with resilience. So we'll just move along to a couple of slides there to the mindset slide. Next one. Let's just skip through. Great. And you can press, there should be some more things that come on that slide, so you can maybe press again, Alex. So the next thing is developing a growth mindset, the mindset shift with resilience. So developing a growth mindset requires a set of really small mindset changes for resilience. And this includes believing in the ability to grow and change. And it's seeing challenges more as opportunities and focusing on the progress instead of the results. I know a lot of times when things come up where we have to be resilient, we're thinking of the results instead of the progress. So prioritizing learning over seeking approval and in rewarding yourself for your effort and not just the outcome. So the first thing we should look at when we're looking at a mindset shift is to stop thinking and start doing. The distance between your goals and your reality is called the action. So get clear on what you want. I'll move quickly to the next step, which is the growth mindset comes from the belief that your abilities can be developed through effort. So switch your thinking from I'm not good at this, or like the other example, I'm a loser, to that fixed mindset to I can do it. Maybe I can't right now, but I can learn. So that's the difference between a fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And developing a growth mindset really, as I said, requires just tiny little shifts that we can do and see things as being more opportunities. And then the last one here is being limitless. You're kind of confining yourself to the walls that you build when you're limiting yourself. So it's great to have the mindset of a growth mindset and being limitless. And that's by coming up with no excuses. That's how you can also be limitless. For example, instead of saying, if only I had enough money to go traveling, if only I had enough time to start a blog, you can change sort of that type of thinking from a fixed mindset to, I don't have enough money now, but if I save up a certain amount, I could maybe be able to go on a small trip. So it's kind of just changing your mindset, and that builds your resilience. We are at 1:40. So I just would like to quickly go to a couple of slides and just go through the ways to be a resilient leader on here. So just go through the next ones. Right, great. So a resilient leader is a person who sees failure as temporary, and they recover really quickly. And then they maintain a really good positive attitude and a strong sense of opportunity during periods of turbulence. So some of the things that will make you a really resilient leader is obviously communicating powerfully, asking questions, open-ended questions. When a situation comes up where you have to be resilient, it's just asking those powerful, open-ended questions. It's also being coachable. Being coachable is being a little bit flexible in the way that you think, in the way that you act. Around others, taking bold risks. You know, sometimes in life you have to take risks in order to reap the reward, and taking strategic risks that can help you become a resilient leader. And then as a resilient leader, you're always wanting to develop others around you to help them to be more resilient and better at communicating and being coachable. And welcoming change. It goes back to that fixed versus growth mindset, is just welcoming changes that happen, especially now during the pandemic. There's so many different changes that happen on a whim. If you're in sales, you understand that changes happen quickly. If you're not in that industry, change can be really quite devastating and hard to do. And then the other one is just being a decisive. It's as a resilient leader, you want to just show your other team members that you know how to make a decision, and make a decision that will benefit everyone, not just yourself. I have cut the presentation off short just because I wanted to stay on time with you. If you have questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. We're out of time, but if you wanted to ask anything, feel free to pop anything in the chat. And I do appreciate you hanging in there with me through the technical difficulties to see some of the presentation. And I'm hoping that you got something out of it in the 10 minutes or so that we had for the session today.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Hi. So thanks for the presentation. And yeah, sorry everyone about the technical issues.
That's okay.
Unfortunately, it was kind of cut short, but it was a great presentation, I thought. Was there any other slides that you wanted me to go through just really quickly?
No, I just mentioned to them if they had anything that they wanted. They can definitely chat to me. I don't see anything on the chat, so I think we're pretty good.
Okay, great. And how can people contact you if they have any questions?
So you can go to KarenNatashaCoaching.com and you can reach there, and that's the same with my Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay, great. So just to let everyone know, so our next few sessions will start at 1:50. And again, thank you, Karen, for speaking. It was a great presentation. And then sorry for the technical issues. Hopefully next time it goes a little bit smoother. But thank you for sticking in, and thank you everyone for watching the session.
You're welcome. Thanks, Alex. See you.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.